Male Rights Activist Podcast, episode 96, where we focus on relationships, sports, and pop culture from a managed point of view. First of all, we want to thank our listeners, our new ones, our OGs. Thank you for hanging with the fellas.
What up?
Today's show, gotta talk about George Floyd.
And I bet right now Colin Kaepernick has a lot more supporters.
Oh, sure does, man. Faith Evans arrested for hitting Stevie J.
All you heard was Faith, don't hit me no more.
The Dear Irby writer wants to know if she should creep on her man. You're gonna have to wait to hear this one. All that and more right now. This is MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal, where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. I am Kyle.
I am Kamal.
And we're saving relationships one listener at a time. Let's get this started with the front page of our lives. Kamal Abdul-Jabbar, the word of the day right now is George Floyd, man. The whole world has changed, man. First it was the Rona, now it's George Floyd. I cannot believe that the entire United States of America has responded in this way to the brutal murder of George Floyd, man. You are our political analyst on the show. This is your lane, brother. We are setting the ISO for you. How do you feel, bro?
Well, let me just say that I see progress. You know what I'm saying? I think like in 1992, like major riot, even like the Baltimore a couple of years ago with the Freddie Gray stuff, it was isolated to those areas and, you know, scattered around throughout some metro cities in America, but nobody really got on board. Definitely with the Rodney King thing, that was like some black and some scattering of some brown, but that was us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is everybody, man.
Yeah, man.
I saw they was protesting in Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa. It's walking down the street, just like droves of white people and a sprinkle of like some sisters or something like that. But I was like really impressed. And then my girl was showing me all over the world, Tokyo, Denmark, Germany, New Zealand, all of these different places. And these people probably have, 2%, black population. They're out there marching, man. And so I think that it's progress because, when we did Who Shot Daquan, it was like these guys never got charged and stuff like that. You always had somebody who argued on the other side of it, made the victim look like the bad guy. This ain't that.
Talk about Who Shot Daquan, because Spike Lee did Radio Raheem, and he just released a short film about from Radio Raheem to George Floyd. Talk about Who Shot Daquan and tell the listeners what's going on and how this relates to what we're going through right now.
All right, so Who Shot Daquan was a stage production that we wrote and performed. Started in 2017 and we brought it back in 2018 for a limited run, and it's centered around a police shooting of an unarmed 17-year-old black kid. And so we were looking at just the ingredients, what makes a police shooting, like how do we get there, and once we get there, what's the aftermath, who's really to blame for these shootings. And so we looked at a lot of different factors: absentee fatherism, the media, some of these out of date laws that place our young men in prison for years. It definitely makes them look like they're criminals. Criminalizes them just because of how they look. And so we had a lot of success. Your character, you played a family attorney, and the family was suing for wrongful death, and we want to know who actually shot Daquan. We know the police did it, but who was really responsible? And so we looked at all these different factors, and your character at the end of the production, you give these closing arguments, And
right before my standing ovation. Go ahead.
you did a hell of a job. But I think your point was that everybody's got blood on their hands, right? It takes a village to raise a child, and so if the child doesn't reach his or her potential, that means the village messed up, right? And
damn, you remember the lines better than me, man. I guess it's because you wrote them.
Yeah, and the cool thing about it, I got to pat ourselves on the back for this thing, is that we talked about perception. Yes. Right. And so what do you see when you see a black kid? What do you see when you see a white kid? So, the black kid typically is, not typically, but a lot of people see that kid as some type of a threat. And police in general see a lot of us, these children as threats. And when they grow up to be grown men, they are scary black men. George Floyd was 6'4", 200 something pounds. He looked like to cops as a threat. Yes. And because he's so big, they got to buck up and they have to, they got to take him down with all the force because, they call him a gentle giant, but giant.
Keyword giant.
Keyword giant. And so usually when these things happen, America looks at it and say, well, damn, look at him. He was a thug. Look at him. Look how big he was. He was resisting arrest. And so they try to justify the violence against the victim.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's like saying, to like a rape victim, well, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't you shouldn't wear that. Like that. Yeah, you shouldn't wear that. You shouldn't be so sexy. What can you do next time? What should you do next time? And so, but this one, this wasn't the case. People saw it, right wing, left wing, down the middle, black, white, Latino, Asian, Native American. Everyone saw it for what it was. It was a murder on video. And these type of things, when they're captured, this might be the event to spark the new wave of civil rights, legislation or change. Yes. It's always something. I think from the old civil rights thing, I think Selma, the video of Selma and those images of Selma, like them just getting their ass kicked, like these kids getting their ass kicked for just trying to walk across a bridge. I think that helped change a lot of people's mindset. I think this thing with George Floyd is gonna usher in a new wave, I hope, of civil rights and hopefully that the people my age and a couple of generations older, they get to see the change that they've been arguing for the past 20, 30 years. So I see it. Obviously, it's a tragedy, but the positive that can come from this is that people finally understand what it's like to be a black man in America, black person, period. But the black man is just, feared and vilified, after, and because obviously we're black and we've been around black people. So we've seen black children and stuff like that. And we've seen children grow up to be grown men. So when we see a grown man, we can still see that child. If you ain't never been around no black kid and the only thing you see is George Floyd coming your way, you might be scared, especially if you only listen to a certain, type of news, or you watch the videos of dudes doing the knockout game and all of that stuff, and you just pay attention to all the negative, then yeah, man, you can see that person as a potential monster and a threat. And when he walks past you or drives past you, you act accordingly. You lock your doors, you clutch your purse, you grab a hold of your canister or mace. And if you're law enforcement, you're more likely to use deadly force because you fear if you don't, this monster will kill you.
So we got to reprogram a lot of that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just going off on a rant, but
I said this is your lane. Hey, man, when we come back, man, we have some feedback, and later in the show, we have a post-nut mode story. Yes, we're getting back to the ignorance. A girl's boyfriend makes a fatal mistake. Wait till you hear what he did. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey guys, I want to take this time to ask you to subscribe to The World According to Cheryl. That is Cheryl Underwood's podcast. It's hilarious, and I'm on it. We got some feedback, Hobie.
Do we now?
Yes, we do, man. This one came into my sister. She was telling me about the show. She's catching up, and she said, you know, one thing I like, that post-nut mode thing is great. Pretty short and sweet, man.
Honestly, man, it's my favorite part.
Really?
I love it, man. I truly like listening to these stories. They take me back when I was a wild youth and I used to do crazy shit.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wow, and I always like gauge, like, you know, measure myself up. Like, would I would have done that? Nah, that's too far. Or, oh yeah, that's right around my sweet spot. I would have definitely did that shit. You know what I'm saying? I always measure myself up to these post-nut joints, man.
Exactly, man. Hey, well, when we come back, man, we have a post-nut mode story from a young lady. Her boyfriend made a fatal mistake. Wait till you hear what he did. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey, what's up, man? I just had to take a time away from the podcast to let you know. If you want an MRA hat, you can get you one. You know why? Because we got them for sale. 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 You can get you one in red, blue, black, whatever you want. Just go to the website, themrapodcast.com. That is themrapodcast.com and get you one. Hey, come on, let's get into this post-nut mode story. This is from a young lady. It's from Carrie in New Orleans. She said, I wanted to share a story when I was not in post-nut mode. That's so funny coming from a woman. I don't want to get into my Cam Newton, though. It's so funny here when I'm talking about routes. I wanted to share a story when I was in post-nut mode, not even though I'm a girl. Maybe I could be the first girl to make the show in this segment. A girl can dream, LOL. She's not the first girl, obviously. Hey, it's okay. Maybe she's a new listener. Maybe she missed this one. You know, it's a lot of episodes. But no, we've had at least one woman that I definitely remember. The girl, was that the girl looking in the window or something?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, she went over to dude's house and the funniest thing is, man, she gave the other chick a ride.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. All right, so she goes. I'm sorry, Carrie, for jumping in your shit, but let me just tell you about the first girl, the real pioneer. She goes to a girl's. She goes to see her dude unannounced. Dude is smashing. She goes jumps the fence, goes in the backyard. The dude sees her, gets mad. They have a shout match. Then the girl he's with, jumps on him. I think everybody's naked except our girl. And they arguing, and then he kicks the girl out. She gets dressed, and our girl ends up giving the girl a ride home, which is hysterical. So not like it's a hard act to follow. It is, but it was a long time ago. So, but let's talk about you, Carrie. It's all about you, baby. I had this guy I was really into. We were together for about 2 years, and I don't think he was ever faithful to me. One time I heard it with my own ears. We tried living together about 6 months after we met. He used to always listen to his music on his big red Beats pill. You know what that is? Yes, we know what that is. You know what that is, right, Kamel?
Yeah.
A little speaker. She says it's one of those wireless speakers you connect with the Bluetooth. So he was listening to his music while working out. And after his workout, he said he needed some fresh air. So he goes outside in the back and makes a call. I'm not sure why or how, but I started to hear his phone conversation on the Beats pill. I could not hear his words, but it did not matter because she was talking and going on and on about how she missed him. And the last time they hooked up, it was good. She can't wait till he comes over on Monday. Somehow he got the phone off Bluetooth. I left the house before he came back in because I was so mad. I took a walk and decided I was going to leave him. But that night I came home and we had the best sex ever. I didn't even bring it up. I guess I thought it would make him not want to go see that other girl. Nope, didn't work. He still made up a lie and went to see that girl. I ended up a few months later dumping him for my ex. I wish I could say I was young and dumb, but this was last year, LOL. Love the show, guys. Carrie in New Orleans. Come on, why do you think Carrie stayed?
Well, at first I thought it was for like some swipe, but it's not.
Why does she stay? Break it down for us.
Chicks can always get the swipe from anybody, right?
Always.
Yeah. Nope, it was the other girl. She was trying to make him not go see that other girl. It became a competition to Carrie. And she thought, you know what? I'm not leaving. I'm gonna whip it on him, and he's gonna realize this is the stuff he needs, and this is all he wants. And she was obviously wrong. He was like, that's not why I was cheating.
Why was he cheating?
I appreciate the good sex. Maybe variety,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He appreciated the good sex, but it wasn't because Carrie was bad in the sack, I'm sure.
No.
It was just, he...
That's not how guys are.
Yeah, well, some people are. I think so. I mean, well, if you have a prude at the house...
Yeah, you're going to want something else.
Yeah.
When we come back, Derek, the guy... How do you say this dude, the cop's last name?
Oh, Chauvin?
Chauvin. Well, the guy that killed George Floyd, his wife left him. She filed for divorce. Are we cool with that? We don't like Chauvin, but do we think his wife should have left? We'll talk about it when we come back. It's the MRA Podcast. Yo, Kamal.
What's up?
I finally finished my album, dog.
The one you did in 2013?
Yeah, man. I know, man. A long time ago, man. But I said, you know what? I'm going to finish this album. This thing is coming out. Eventually. You got to finish. You can't give up.
I can dig it. And eventually it's finally here.
Eventually it's finally arrived, man. And I was listening to it, man. This thing is funny, dude.
Okay, it's not dated. No jokes about Chingy or nothing like that.
There is some dated jokes in there. Like there's a reference to, it was before Michael Sam came out. Because it was like a reference to gay athletes that came out. And I was like, wow, that's dated.
Okay.
But the juxt of it is everything's good.
Bruce Jenner still...
Yeah,
Caitlyn.
He's Bruce in the album.
Bruce.
I don't talk about him,
but he was Bruce.
Yeah, I used to have a Bruce Jenner joke. He was Bruce in this when I recorded this. But no, it's ready, man. It's out. Okay. It's funny, man. Check it out and get it on iTunes right now. It's called "Be a Man at All Times." All right, Derek Chauvin. That's one of those names like Kuhn and Briseno. It's just mud forever.
Oh, Zimmerman.
Yeah, exactly. He's Zimmerman now. He's that. He's what white people probably think of OJ.
What's my guy's name? Mark Furman.
Yeah. Did you see OJ come out against Mark Furman? That was amazing on Twitter. I'm like, go ahead, OJ, get a social. But anyway, so Derek Chauvin, public enemy number one to a lot of people. His wife filed for divorce after 10 years. They have no children. She says she was devastated by George Floyd's death. Kamal, do you think his wife should have stayed?
Ordinarily, I say yes. Mm-hmm. Good times, bad times, for better or worse. And this is pretty worse, right? Mm-hmm. But here's the thing about it. Obviously, you want a ride or die chick. You want somebody to stick with you when the chips are down at your lowest point. But like you said, this man's public enemy number one. He's the most hated man in the world probably right now.
Oh, yes, he is.
Well, I mean, you got Trump, but he's a close second. He sparked a global protest.
Yes.
Now, obviously, I'm pro-marriage. I'm pro-sticking, stand by your man. But putting yourself in his wife's shoes, it's like, wow, when she goes to, like, their grocery store or her Facebook, or if she's part of the book club, if she's part of any social group, you know what I'm saying? They know that's her husband. She will now be ostracized. Is it worth it? No. And she might be genuinely disgusted by his actions. Like, I can't be married to this man. But definitely the optics of being married to this man are not good. And I would think that maybe parents, but like friends and stuff like that, other cops, I think they will shun him, as a lot of the people who are normally pro-cop are starting to do. I've heard on Fox News, like, the most right-wing people are saying it should be murder one. Rudy Giuliani says it should be murder one. So even the people who would normally be your allies are saying you got undercharged. I don't blame the wife for saying, let me get out of this while I still can. Yeah, I'm done.
Let me tell you something, Kamal. I am outraged that she's leaving her husband. Outraged. I got two words for you, Kamal. Camille Cosby. You can't tell me that man's name ain't Bud, but she's ride or die. Y'all be wanting that ring so bad till death do us part. Well, guess what? He ain't dead yet. Be patient. He might be dying soon because people don't like him and they want to see him gone. If you could just been patient, you could have left this thing in my opinion, with dignity. I think it's wrong, Kamal. I don't care what he did. You married that dude. You telling me you didn't know? You didn't know who you married? Get out of here, man. Get out of here. And I'm not saying she should stay to spare his feelings. I don't give a damn about his feelings. I hope they give him the business where he's going. I'm not talking about him. I'm just being just as delusional as I think women are. Right now, I am being delusional. Right now, I'm in my feelings because she signed the deal. I'm sure it wasn't his idea. I'm sure he didn't keep throwing hints and I'm sure it was her that wanted it. So you said you won the lifetime deal. This is what happens when you sign a lifetime deal. For better or for worse. Not just for better. And speaking of for better and for worse, you know who's going through for worse right now? Faith Evans and Stevie J, because Biggie's ex-wife put them things on Stevie J, beat my man up. They had to call the police. We're going to talk about that when we come back. And a Dear Irby writer wants to know if she should creep on her man. Find out why. It's MRA Podcast. Hey, come on, we got listeners all over the world now, man.
Yep.
And I was wondering, man, I wonder what the people do while they're listening to our show. I know we got a guy in the Navy who's in Spain. He listens. We got a lady that drives a Lyft. She listens while she's driving her Lyft and has her customers listen too, which is absolutely hilarious. Cat in Brooklyn listens while he delivers some fish. Okay. We want to know from other people, man, how do you listen to our show? What are you doing? Hit us up on the social media. I'm at Kyle Irby.
I am at Angry Kamel.
And let us know what you're doing when you listen to our show. Kamel, what are you doing when you listen to the show?
Man, I'm usually chilling, man. I take the train to get my son from school.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, man. So I get the headphones on and I'll listen to it front and back. The problem is I'm coming back. He wants to talk. I'm trying to listen. So I have to, try to act like I'm paying attention to him. I'm really listening to my words of wisdom.
That's good, man. Yeah. Pretend like you're listening to your son while you're listening to the podcast. That's one way to do it. I usually listen to while I'm cleaning the house, man. I picked... Well, go ahead.
Domestic work?
Yeah, man. Oh, come on, dude. I wish I didn't have domestic work, but yeah, man. I usually listen to if I'm washing the dishes or folding laundry. I listen to any kind of thing that I don't have to think.
Yeah,
and I just get to listen. But I want to know what do the people listen? What are y'all doing? Let us know. Kamel, we've been having a vicious bickering fest during the commercial break. Share with the world what you just said to me.
Well, you mentioned the ultimate ride or die wife, Camille Cosby. Salute. Yes. How she stuck with Bill because his name is definitely Mud. Mm-hmm. And I posed the question, if there was video of Bill drugging women, knocking them out and having his way with them, would she have stayed? I don't know about that one because right now she could just say, my man is denying it. This guy can't deny it. The whole world saw him choke this guy. The whole world saw him after they said he had no pulse. They saw him remain on this guy's neck for another 3 minutes. So he can't lie his way out of that one. Baby, it's bullshit. Like Cosby probably got home and was like, baby, they always going after the black man. And so maybe he talked that sweet shit. And he got Camille like, I know. But if there was video, I don't know if she'd still be rolling with him like that. Maybe at this age, it's like, well, fuck it.
No, you're just reminding me two things. Why I'm being delusional and why men lie. Because they want you to lie. As long as you lie, fellas. She can still believe the lie because that's all she really wants to do. She just wants to if you could just help her to believe. That's what I wish I would have done. Just help her to. She wants to help. She wants to believe the lie.
Yeah,
Joe, be so honest, man.
that goes against your philosophy, though.
I know, but sometimes fuck the philosophy, man. I miss my kids. Fuck the philosophy.
You should have did the raw. Hey. Wasn't me.
Wasn't me, man. Fuck the philosophy, about sometimes you gotta say fuck the philosophy, dude. This shit always be. Hey, man, like everybody got rules. Like, for instance, Stevie J got into it with his wife. His rule is probably I don't hit women. Hey, maybe that's why he got tips. All I know is Faith Evans She was arrested for domestic violence, a felony. She was released on bond hours later. Apparently, Faith and Stevie J got into a heated argument, but when police got to their LA home, Stevie J had marks and scratches on his face. This was enough to arrest Faith Evans. I just want to say this right now, Kamel. I'm mad at Stevie J for being with Biggie's wife. I don't care if he's dead. So I'm glad he got beat up, because you should have got worse, because you with Biggie's. Biggie was your boy, man. He was a producer for Bad Boy, man. You don't marry the boys home. No.
Is Stevie J like a street dude like Big was?
No, he's a hip hop guitar playing.
And that's the problem.
Break it down, dog.
She's probably into like these thuggish, ruggish guys, man. She believed, what Biggie was, and she believed in that type of stuff. And you know what, man? She's pushing 50 now, but still, she probably likes a tough guy. She probably likes somebody to be like, hey, man, shut the fuck up and whatever. The guy from Kicking the Door. You know what I'm saying?
4-4.
Yeah,
it's something attractive about that.
Throwing her shit out and all that stuff. Was that Get Money and all that stuff? Like that video, he's going through.
Throwing her out.
Yeah. That's probably what she wants, that passion. And he's probably just cooler. And if he's not going to be passionate, she's going to try to bring that passion out of him. And she probably went too far, popped him a couple of times, scratched him, and he called the fuzz. I don't know who called the fuzz, but somebody called as the kids call it 12. They called 12, and 12 showed up and took her to jail, man. She probably thinks that, if she thought he was a bitch before, she probably thinks he's the even bigger bitch when she was posting that bond.
That's hilarious. So you think he posted the bond?
Whoever it was, I'm saying, when she was like, even when she was getting booked, she was doing the fingerprints. I can't believe this motherfucker let me fuck him up.
Here's what I learned about women, Kamau. They will turn you into a bitch and then hate the bitch that they created.
Yeah.
A lot of times when your woman is bitching you out, it's not. I used to think when I was younger, she wants me to say yes, dear, but that's not the case. She's actually being a bitch to you just to test you, because she feels secure in getting checked. She wants to know that you will check her. And sometimes we as men, and you and I are both guilty of this sometimes, we just don't want to argue. We would rather just say fine, whatever.
Sometimes I'm guilty of that.
We don't say,
we
don't say yes, dear.
Nah.
But it's just like whatever will make you shut the fuck up.
That's all I want.
But what they really want sometimes, and I'm not saying tips, but they definitely appreciate when you growl, when you stand up for yourself. And the problem is, guys, we just would rather have peace in the house. Hey, man, coming up, man, have you ever heard of Joyner Lucas, man? I never heard of this dude, but this guy has an amazing story, man. We'll get into it next. It's the MRA Podcast. Are you yelling at your radio right now? What the hell you saying? You wrong, Kyle.
You wrong, Kamau.
Yeah. Or right. That's what I'm talking about.
Word.
Yeah. Hey, then tweet us. Stop what you're doing unless you're driving. Stop what you're doing. Hit us right now. Respond to us. Just talk to us right now.
Let us know how you feel.
I'm at Kyle Irby.
I'm at Angry Kamau.
Or you can hit us both at the MRA Podcast and let your voice be heard.
Yeah, man.
So we'll read it.
We might even respond.
And you just might hear it on the show.
Yeah, man. Be a celebrity for a day.
Yeah, so man, just stop what you're doing. Hit us up, man. You'll get a response.
Yes, sir.
Kamau, you ever heard of Joyner Lucas, the rapper?
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be the guy that don't know who one of the hot rappers are, but I didn't know.
Oh my gosh. I don't know a lot of this shit.
I don't know a lot of these young guys, but I listened to a song because I read a story about him. He bought his pops a Rolex for his birthday.
It's always cool, man, when father-son relationships are strong. It's always cool. It's not one of those like fuck my fathers and shit like that. Yeah. It's like, like he's my best friend. He's my hero. He's my idol. I heard that song with Will Smith too. It's pretty cool. Will got lyrics.
I was surprised, man. I was like, going Will 50 and still got the flow, dog. It's got lyrics. I liked it.
Yeah, it inspired me. I'm going to make a sketch called Eddie.
Hilarious.
Let's see if Eddie Murphy hop on the part two.
First of all, you're gonna need 8 million views for the first one before Ed jumps on it.
I know, right?
So that's not gonna happen. No, I'm sorry. 25 million views.
25 million. Sheesh. Yeah, that's a lot. First of all, I got to get my lazy ass up and record some shit. That's the first
of all,
thing.
you need a YouTube channel, nigga.
Yeah. I actually have one, man.
I'm fucking with you.
I got a YouTube channel.
I know. I see.
As a matter of fact, speaking of Daquan.
Here we go.
No, it's not that. I was considering after everything's going on, I was gonna load the shit on upload it to YouTube, man. And yeah,
good.
I'm gonna upload the whole thing. I was always a little worried, like, because I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, so I don't want to just have people looking at it before I wanted to, decided what to do with it officially. But it's like, you know what's going on now? It's still happening. Like Spike Lee did Do the Right Thing in 1988 with the Radio Raheem. And actually, when we saw the video, I said, damn, that's Radio Raheem. I actually said that. Yeah. I was on the couch with my girl, and I said it, and then he, did his thing a couple of days ago. I saw that, and I was like, yeah, it's the same shit, man. Like Radio Raheem, they just choked this guy in front of everybody. And so Daquan's dealing with children, but it's still police misconduct. Is still not blaming the victim. It's still dealing with protests, rioting, and all of that stuff, man. The media sensationalizing shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that out on
perfect timing, dude.
On YouTube. So
I think you should put it out. I think it's perfect timing, and we talk about it. People can check it out, and yeah, man, it's a great play, and people can understand how you get down, man. So thank you for doing that, man, because people need to see it, and the timing is right. If not now, then when, right? And when we come back, man, Michael Jordan finally speaks out on a social issue, and later on the show, a Dear Irby writer wants to know if she should creep on her man. Find out why. It's the MRA Podcast. Can I have your attention, please? We are trying to start a movement. You heard that right. We're starting a movement. We're doing something different here at the MRA Podcast. We vibing with y'all. You know what I'm saying, fellas? You know what I'm saying, ladies? It ain't just fellas that listen to the show. Matter of fact, it's a majority women, but it's all good. I know you know somebody that fits with what we trying to do over here. So all we need you to do is send it to them. Tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? That somebody know how we get down here at the MRA show. It's really called the podcast, but I just wanted to rhyme no and show. Kamal, I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan. I know you like Air Jordan shoes, but I know you didn't like Michael Jordan, the player. Is that correct?
Can't stand him.
Well, I love the guy, and he released a statement saying that he was saddened, deeply saddened, truly pained, and angry because of what happened with George Floyd. Hey, man, I'm just going to say this, man. I am happy that he finally spoke out. Michael Jordan, sometimes, man, people don't realize, even if you don't want to be a leader, you're a leader.
I'm happy that he said something, but I know now that he's saying something. He's damn near 60. The Last Dance, they talked about him not speaking out for that guy running against Jesse Helms. I think his name was Harvey Gantt. He didn't come out and support. His mom wanted him to, and he was like, nah. And the statement was, Republicans buy sneakers too. And for the most part, he's been, pretty quiet on social issues. And you've seen like LeBron James go the opposite direction. Him not losing any popularity. Colin Kaepernick obviously is the poster child for social justice, and him not losing. He lost his job, but he's not losing any support. And so I think now he's seeing, it's safe to come out and say some shit because I'm not going to lose any sales. LeBron is showing the way. Kaepernick is showing the way. Nike is fully behind this shit. These protests and stuff like that. You know what? He dipped his toe in the water a couple of years ago. He said something, and now he's like, you know what? Because of what LeBron has done and Kaepernick has done, he realizes it's safe to actually come out and speak about social injustice and ride with the people. And, he's not going to lose a cent.
Absolutely. When we come back, man, bad news for the fellas in England. If they don't live with their girl, they cannot go over and smash. Sad times. We will let you know the details when we come back. And after that, we got the Dear Irby letter. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey, if you're enjoying the podcast, do us a favor. Tell a friend. That's it. Costs you nothing, helps us out, and gives your friends some entertainment to make that commute a little easier, or gives them some company on a workout, or while they're cleaning the house, so it helps them out, helps everyone out. All right, so please subscribe, leave a positive comment, and share. Hey, Kamal, man, crazy law out of England, dude. Having sex in your own home with someone from a different household is now illegal. It says no person may participate in a gathering which takes place in a public or private place indoors and consists of 2 or more persons. So I can't even go to your house for a beer. You know, we both don't drink beer right now. If I lived in England and you lived in England too, no person may without reasonable excuse stay overnight at any place other than the place where they are living. How does that strike you, Kamal?
It's a little extreme.
Yes.
But I mean, listen, I think that what they're trying to do is they're trying to, shut down this damn virus, man. They're trying to stop it in its tracks. And, everybody's method isn't always the same. It might be heavy-handed, but I think the intention, is good. But yeah, I would be upset. You telling me who I can hang out with and stuff like that. And what if I want, what if I'm good with giving it to, or I'm good for getting it from, my girl. I don't care if we both get it. I'll go to her house and my house. That's it. I don't affect anybody else. I'm cool with the ramifications. You're gonna tell me I can't go over there. I can't go chill at my pop's house and stuff like that. So I think that's a little extreme. But I understand why they're doing this, especially when you look at the fact that when you have to shut down shit and people can't go to work and it fucks up the economy, nobody's paying taxes, and all you're doing is pulling money out of like the treasury and giving it to people and stuff like that, and you're not taking shit in.
Yeah. I
can see why, because it can devastate a country, because honestly, it's devastating America's economy, and a lot of mom and pops and shit like that. A lot of these corporations, they ain't coming back. So if you're trying to avoid that, I understand. And it's a tough pill to swallow. I'll probably be out bitching and moaning and stuff like that, but I get why they're doing it.
Let me say this, fellas, please be strong. We got some listeners out there in England and the UK. Please be strong, because women are going to use this as an excuse to make you move in. Do not do it. Be strong.
Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Do not fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Hey, we come back, man. A Dear Irby writer wants to know if she should creep on her man. Find out why. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey, what's up, y'all? If you like this show, you want to help us offset some of these costs, man, you feeling the need to donate, then do just that. Go to www.patreon.com and make a donation to the MRA Podcast. That is the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal, and you can find us at Patreon. Or you can catch us in the street and just be like, hey, man, I love y'all. I want to bless you with some cash and put some dollars in our pocket. You can do that. Or you can hit us on Venmo. Find our names and just, bless us with dough on Venmo. Or you could pray for us. Do that too. But we prefer cash. Let's get into this Dear Irby letter.
Let us.
Hey, first of all, Kamal, owe you an apology, man. I never responded to this letter. I got this bad boy back in July, dude. And I got on you about not responding to our guy on Instagram, CDS. And you hit him back, man, so thank you. I am wrong. I am sorry, dog.
Yes, you are wrong, and I did do that.
All right, keep it real. Anyway, so, Dear Irby, I've been listening to your show for a few weeks now, and I really like how the two of you give very honest feedback, and you don't always seem to agree. Well, I would like some advice. I'm 39, and I've been married for 11 years. The last couple of years, I find myself fantasizing about sleeping with other men. The problem is, for me, number one, I have become bored with sex with my husband. Number two, we only have sex 2 or 3 times a month. Ideally, I want it at least 3 times a week, which means I usually initiate sex. My husband is very skilled, but a very technical and formulaic lover. I orgasm almost every time, but it's lacking passion and variety. I want him to throw me up against the wall, sex me in the shower, whisper dirty things in my ear, bite me, lick my entire body, use vibrators, something new. He has never been a very passionate lover, But after 11 years of marriage, 15 together, I want to just have 1 or 2 nights a month of hot, passionate sex. How do I ask my husband to step up in the bedroom? Or should I consider having a secret one-night stand with someone that will give me the good? I would even be down to swing, but I know my husband would never be okay with that. Do you think it's possible to spice things up and get us on the same page, or should I pursue side dick from time to time? I also wonder if it's me. Maybe he's bored. Sometimes I wonder if I should sleep with someone else just to see if I'm still desirable and if I'm still tight and juicy. I'm very interested in hearing what you men have to say. I apologize for the graphic content in this email. Thanks, Cameron from San Diego by way of Chicago. Come on, what you think, dog?
Well, first of all, hopefully it's not too late for Cameron and her husband, because
I know
this Dear Irby was written 6 months ago, but Kyle was so derelict in his duty.
No. A year ago.
The first one, the initial.
The first one was in July. I didn't respond. I didn't see it. And then it came to us again in December, and I still didn't see it. And I didn't see it until after I got done chewing you out about how you didn't respond to our listeners. I get on to upload the show, and somehow it caught my eye on our comment section, which I see every week. But it's so much spam that it went undetected. So when I saw it, I was like, what? Whoa. I don't know how I saw it. Then I went to the Dear Irby, and it wasn't on the front, on the emails. It wasn't on the first page, wasn't on the second, wasn't on the third, bunch of spam, bunch of other Dear Irbys. But it was like on the 5th page. I was like, oh, wow, I never saw this one. I missed it twice. So you're right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, spam excuse. I've heard it all before.
Oldest excuse in the book.
On behalf of the MRA podcast with Colin Kamal, I want to apologize for my partner's dereliction of duty.
Trash, booty, garbage.
Well,
you gotta own it. You gotta own it, fellas. I own it. I messed this one up. Boo boo, and then have the nerve to talk trash to my guy. Garbage.
It's all
Go ahead.
Good. Cameron, you had a bunch of questions. Let me first try to get you into the mindset of your husband. Let me explain to you what type of guy he is. All right.
Help us out.
Well, she said, Cameron, you said that he was very technical and formulaic. And you said that basically you orgasm almost every single time, all right? But it's lacking passion and variety. So in his mind, my girl is climaxing almost every time. Do you know how many women never actually reach an orgasm when they have sex? And you do it every single time? I mean, so your husband's mindset is, this is what you want. He's giving you everything you want. You say he's technical and formulaic. He is giving the people what they want. You know what I'm saying? He's giving you all the hits. He's performing all the hits every time he comes to Cleveland. He performs the same songs, and he gets a standing ovation every single time. And so your orgasm is his standing ovation. And so you put it in his mind that he's the man. He goes in the mirror like every single time. After 11 years, she's still reaching that orgasm, baby. And so if you want more passion, you have to let him know. I believe your husband is into pleasing you, Cameron. He likes pleasing his wife. And so if you say, hey, baby, let's try this. Oh, would you like that? Yes. Oh, okay. Because his job is to please his woman, to make sure she reaches a climax. All right?
Yes.
Now, you said he's not passionate. He lacks passion, right? And variety. Have you ever thought about this, Cameron? I'm just playing devil's advocate out there, just throwing it out there. If his technical manner and his formulaic style, and he's basically, he's focused. If he's that way, that enables him to last a little bit longer to make sure you climax, because if he got into it and got all passionate talking dirty, he might last 3 minutes. And you never get what you want. I mean, you'll get the talking dirty and the biting, but you didn't get the end game. You didn't get the standing ovation. And so he's like, bitch, I gotta concentrate to make sure
That's hilarious.
you're pleased. So I would say you have a guy who's all about business. And if business required him to throw you against the wall, if business required him to bite you and talk dirty to you, I think he'll be up for it because he's all about his business. So I don't think it's he lacks passion. It's like, well, shit, after 11 years, I do this, and this. And, you know what I'm saying? She's knees are shaking each time. I don't have to do any extra shit. I don't have to do extra shit. I'm sure Steph Curry has a great mid-range game, but he ain't got to. He shoots threes and layups. I ain't got to do all that shit because I'm still winning championships doing this shit. So he doesn't have to. In
his mind.
In his mind. Now, if a coach told him, can you do this, and this? I'm sure Steph would be like, oh, okay, I can always do it, but I didn't have to. So I think if you tell him, Cameron, what you desire, I believe your husband is the guy who will want to please you, Cameron, because history shows that's his get down. He wouldn't have a problem with it. Now, as far as swinging and all that shit, I don't even believe you want to introduce swinging into the relationship because two things happen. One of you might like it too much, and you're going to hate it if he likes it. He loves it, and you didn't like it that much. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to introduce any new shit, and definitely new people to the relationship because dude might really, really like it. And then you're like, you've created a monster. So don't introduce no dick or no new chicks in the relationship. Just bring it to the man's attention and go from there. But I worry that even if he brings that passion that you so desire, I got a sneaky suspicion that you're going to get bored with that too.
She will.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is. And I'm going to weigh in on that too, man. So I'm going to go back to what she said. The last couple of years, I find myself fantasizing about sleeping with other men. That's scary because as guys, we always talk about women being delusional, but guys, we're delusional too. We're delusional thinking our woman only thinks about this dick right here. We wish that's the case. And our ego can be very fragile when we find out that no, she's like, I would be devastated if I knew that my ex was fantasizing about, because I thought that I was the only one for her. My wife. I thought I was the only one, but she also said I was too. So it ain't just that. You know what I mean? She actually, her brand, that's not even her brand. So it would be devastating for a lot of men to find out that the women actually thought about other men. But hey, sometimes we got to learn the truth, man. The problem for me is, number one, I've become bored with sex with my husband. Sorry to hear that. And two, we only have sex 2 to 3 times a month. That sucks. I have been in a relationship, thankfully not with my wife. Thankfully, I never had that problem with her. Thank God. But I've been in different situations where we stopped having sex and it was like a death. It was like going to jail. I hated it. But I had to ask myself when I was in that situation, why? Why did you settle for a woman that only wanted to have sex every once in a while? And the reason I came up with is because I knew I could trust her. See, hot ass, you don't know what she's doing. But old mild ass right there, she ain't going nowhere. And I had to redefine what's important to me. You said it yourself that your husband's been like this from the jump, from the tip. So ask yourself, why didn't you settle with Mandingo? I'm sure you've been with Mandingo. You've heard he's out there. You know why you didn't go with Mandingo? Because Mandingo has a list of other problems. But you're not talking about getting divorced. You're talking about cheating with Mandingo, which I get. And here's the double standard. If this was a man come out, I would say, go get yours. I would say, work on it if you can. But the truth is, she ain't changing. Go get yours. Luckily, this woman is married to a man who I believe will step his game up if he knows that he needs to. Because I love the Steph. We're going to do what if he's getting the job done. So in his mind, he thinks he's knocking it out. Guys, we have a different problem. Usually when a woman don't want none, that ain't changing. That's just who she is. Mm-hmm. So you might as well, you don't want to break up the family, go get you something on the side. A woman, however, it's a whole different story. You could normally light the fire under a man. And if you can, you got a problem. I feel bad for you because it's also a double standard. It's hard for me to tell a woman to go out there and cheat, especially if she hasn't been cheating from the start. Y'all been together 15 years. You think if you start cheating now, he won't notice? He will. That's why you should always cheat from day one. Hey, but on the trip, though, if you haven't been doing it, he will notice. People notice change, and he'll be noticing it. Another thing is, you think you're just going to be able to get away with every once in a while I get some side dick? No. I just do it once or twice a year? No. You might. That's like saying, I only eat delicious food once or twice a year. Until you have the delicious food, then you want it 3 times a year. Why not 4 times a year? Why not 10 times a year? You see where I'm getting at? Mm-hmm. So, all right, we're going through this. The problem, okay, we only 6 2 months. All right, ideally, I want it 3 times a week. That's exactly the number that's my favorite number, 3 times a week. So I understand. I hope that's the ideal number to me. Like every night is to work, but 3 times a week is hell yeah. I usually initiate the sex. Now, as a man, I loved when I hear women initiate the sex because as guys, we get tired of always having a, hey girl. And the thing about when a woman initiates, she's not hearing no ever. But as guys, we initiate. Sometimes she wants to, sometimes we won't. When women initiate, that's why it's nice when you take that burden off of our hands. My husband's very skilled. Great. He lacks passion, variety. I'm going to own this. As a guy, I can understand lacking passion and variety because yes, you get tired of the same piece of ass for 15 years. You just want, you know what I mean? You just want to bust a nut and go to sleep, dude. It ain't like the only time you get passion variety in a long-term relationship is if you've been out of town for a while. And that's why y'all should keep your distance. Do things, do your own thing because you get tired of the person. I want him to throw me against the wall. I hope he can do that because I've met women that said their man won't get violent with them when they beg him to. And I'm like, dang, man, that sucks because you ain't no. I love when a woman says throw me against the wall. Yeah, I might no. Okay, whisper dirty things in my ear. That's work. Ugh. Ugh. I'm down with the violence, consensual violence, but whispering dirty things in the ear, that's so annoying. But luckily I learned a trick and I'm going to share this with you, Kamau, and the whole world. All right, guys, now it's time for the lesson of the day. Fellas, a lot of times we hate talking dirty into the ear because we don't know what to say. I know that's my problem. I learned this watching a porn tutorial one time. They said, whisper in the ear the things that you're actually doing or that you want to do. So it's simple. I'm doing this. I want to do that. I'm doing this. Narrate what you're doing. They just want to hear your voice. Your voice does it to them. I used to hate it when women said that in the middle because I'm like, now you want me thinking? Like, I don't want to think right now. If I was thinking, I wouldn't be here. Talk to me. Talk about what? I don't want to talk to you outside of sex. Why would I want to talk to you now? I talk to you to get you naked. I got to talk to you while you're naked? Bite me. Hell yeah. Lick my entire body. Hopefully it's not too salty. Use vibrators. Hey, man. I hope your husband is down for the kink because if not, you got a problem. How do I ask my husband to step it up in the bedroom? You're just going to have to ask him. Or you can play this podcast for him. That'll help. Act like you're playing it for a different reason and play it. Maybe hearing it from me and Kamau will help him to see that maybe he needs to step his game up. Every man that's listening right now, next time you have sex with your woman, try to bring it on that time.
Hopefully, if she lets him hear it, her name really ain't Cameron. Hey, what the fuck?
I know. I really hope she didn't do that. Here's the thing, Cameron. I wish I would have fought through all of my problems so I could have kept my marriage together because that is my greatest regret to this day. And I don't want to see you do this and ruin your marriage because you guys have kids and it does make a difference. Hell yeah, I miss my kids. That's one of the biggest things. I miss her, but I miss my children. I miss being in the house with my children. I miss them being down the hall. I don't want to drive to go see them. I wish they were down the hall. All of them. I have 4. Not just one, all of them. I wish they were all down the hall. Now, would they see me? No, I'd be in the office working. But at least when I came out for some water, I'd see them for a half a second instead of having to drive to see them. And you might say, well, you can see them through joint custody. It's nothing like your kids seeing their mom and dad at the same time. So that's why I'm telling you, Cameron, I really hope you can fight this because you do not want to get caught and lose your marriage. I suppose men ain't down. If you think he ain't down for swinging, he definitely ain't down for sharing his woman. Not going to happen. He's out. Do you think it's possible to spice things up and get us on the same page? I hope it is. But to be honest, he'll change temporarily, then he'll go back to his lazy loving. And you're unfortunately going to have to keep bringing it up. Maybe he's bored. Sometimes I wonder if I should sleep with someone else to see if I'm still desirable and still tight and juicy. You are still desirable. You're still a woman. You still have a vagina. You have that covered. Maybe he's bored, probably bored. So introduce a new woman for him. See if he likes that, and then say, well, maybe I want something. But you know what I mean? You talking about him sharing you, be willing to share him. Are you down for that? I know he ain't down for swinging, but hell, if you say, maybe if you can introduce another woman, because I tell you right now, I don't know a man in the world that wants to have sex with the same woman for 15 years. I just don't know. No. We are born for variety. That's how we are designed. So same woman 15 years, is he bored? Absolutely he's bored. Absolutely. So maybe you can help him, because I promise you he's bored. I'm not going to ask him out if he's bored. I'm just going to speak for him right now because his wife listens. I'm very interested in hearing what you meant to say, blah, blah, blah. Apologize for the graphic content. Yes, it was graphic. All right, Kamal, man, that's my take, dude. Anything else before we get out of here?
I got to say, I'm taking issue with you calling this man, what do you call it, whack lay or whatever you calling it?
Lazy
lay. I'm taking a little offense to that, man.
Why?
I don't think he's lazy. I think when she said he's skilled, he is skilled and technical and formulaic.
No, listen. He's getting the job done, but he's not. My mom used to hate the way I cleaned the kitchen. I never cleaned the cracks. I never cleaned now I clean the hell out the cracks. Now I'll be like, which mom could see me now? Look at me taking the burners off the stove and getting into everything because it's my house. But is he in the cracks, Kamal? Is he cleaning the stove, Kamal? Is he sweeping the kitchen every goddamn time, nigga?
No, I think.
Exactly.
No, I'm saying he's doing all of that.
You saying he's sweeping the kitchen every time he cleans
I'm saying this. If the goal is to clean the kitchen, he's cleaning the kitchen.
He's washing the dishes, nigga. That's what he's doing.
Well, no. So I think he's cleaning the kitchen, but she doesn't like the way he cleans the kitchen. He's
man,
cleaning.
That's hilarious.
He's not whistling while he works. He's He's cleaning.
No. He's washing the dishes, but he ain't mopping the floor, dog. He ain't mopping the floor. But
no, she says she's pleased after each one. She's just bored.
Yeah,
she wants variety. So basically, this man is the best fried chicken maker of all time, but she wants variety. But he's making sure that goddamn chicken every time is perfect.
And he's also lacking passion. All right,
but that's not
so
lazy.
He ain't putting his elbow grease into the kitchen. He ain't cleaning the counter with
passion and laziness is two different things, in my opinion.
Okay, so the lazy love is weak back. I ain't saying he's weak back.
Yeah, he's just laying there basically, do what you gotta do, baby. No.
Yeah, that's boring. I ain't saying he's weak back, but what I am saying is he's cleaning the kitchen, he's wiping down the counter, but he's not scrubbing the tile. He ain't scrubbing the grout. He ain't getting in it. He's doing what it takes.
When he's done washing those dishes and doing whatever he's doing, if the shit still looks spick and span and nobody's complaining, he's walking away like, I did my goddamn job. He felt
like he did a good job. He felt like he did a good job.
It would be like, you know what I'm saying? If not saying your girl, but any girl you've ever been with had was skillful. She had like just perfect head and everything like that, and everything was great. And she took care of you like in 5 minutes before you even got a chance to be like, wow, I wanted it from the back up. She's like, nigga, I took care of that. Would you think she's lazy, or you think that basically she's just so good at what she does, she's not even giving me an opportunity to actually ask for more shit? I'm sure she would, because her job is to please me, and she's been doing that for all these years.
Well, here's the thing, man. Some women it's easier to make orgasm than others.
Okay.
Right. For guys, it's very easy. So there's a difference between the enthusiastic dome and the get the job done dome. I've had both. But I hate get the job done dome.
I've had get the job done dome, and I've had skilled dome.
I can't even finish dome. We're good. I've had no thank you dome.
Yeah, and I've had the dome where it's like, can you do that again?
Yeah, it's rare. That's rare, by the way. That skill is rare, and that takes what? Passion, enthusiasm, loving the job.
It takes
There's some
skill.
women that
taking up for this guy, man. Taking up for Cameron's husband.
I ain't mad at you.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't mad at you, dog. That's why she came here, dog.
Yes.
That's why she came here, man. And I appreciate you weighing in, dog.
Yeah.
If you guys have a Dear Irby letter, send us an email at dearirby@themrapodcast.com. That is dearirby@themrapodcast.com. Where can we find you?
Man, Instagram and Twitter at Aiden Kamau.
I can't even talk trash, man, because you did your job on Instagram. At Kyle Irby, KYLEERBY, at the MRA Podcast is where you can find us both. You really can. KyleIrby.com is my website. You can see my videos there, some of the commercials I've done. The MRAPodcast.com is where you can listen to all 96 of our episodes. Come on, I'm getting into the piano today, man. We're going to do a little something after this, man. Ladies, we love you. Fellas, be a man at all times.
Deuces.
MRA.